When I came on board at the Geneva Health Forum and I inherited the portfolio from my predecessor, when I saw among the professional organizations that were contractors of the forum, I saw this organization called ICV, and I inquired, it was a volunteer organization. I was quite skeptical, saying that, well, we need to run a professional conference, and how would we have with volunteers? And a colleague of mine, who's the program director, Slim Slama, he insisted that there's a lot of value to be added through volunteers and from the past experiences of the forum. And based on that, I scheduled a meeting with the executive director of ICV, with Viola Krebs. And I returned impressed with what she said. However, I still had some doubts in my mind whether the impressive ways of Viola and her commitment would also translate. Is it infectious in terms of the volunteers from ICV? And it is only after these 3 days of the forum, when I'm debriefing with my colleagues, I realized the value that the ICV volunteers have brought to our forum. And that value is in the diversity. So in the group of ICV volunteers who are helping us, you see a diversity in terms of age, gender, ethnic structure, linguistic capabilities. However, you see that what binds them together is the value that they all carry with them. And that comes across very strongly. In a forum which prides itself in having its own set of values and adhering to it, and then when you have a partner who also has a very strong value system, then it's a perfect marriage. So we see that and we are benefiting from it. We are getting tremendous feedback from participants, where they say that each ICV volunteer has a personality of their own, and yet they have such helpful ways. So that has been, for me personally, a very big and pleasant surprise. Volunteerism enriches you. What it does for others is a byproduct. But what it does for me, whenever I volunteer, is that it enriches me. And it enriches me by trying to root me to the ground, by forcing me to take a step back, to be in a position, put myself in other people's shoes, and reach out and try and help. Without expecting anything in return. And I think nowadays it is becoming even more challenging, where we are isolating ourselves from interactions through technology. So their volunteerism, not only it allows us to reconnect with people, but from my own selfish perspective, I see volunteerism as something that is truly enriching, and whatever else comes out of it is a byproduct from which others benefit. So thanks to the selfishness of ICV volunteers, it is the Geneva Health Forum that is benefiting by the help that the volunteers are providing to us.